Are you having a hard time with APA 7 referencing? That jungle, that fortress, just like this one here in the meme? Even heard of the term APA format, but you don't know exactly what that one is? Worry no more. I'm here to help you in this journey. Hope that today we learn with joy, or at least without fears. Here we go, APA 7 referencing. In all honesty, APA 7 isn't just some random format created by some random professors. It's actually the citation style of the American Psychological Association. It's used in psychology, education, social sciences, and definitely most of your research papers, thesis, and dissertations. And I do hope that APA is going to be your new BFF. In this session, we're going to learn about three things. One is why you should reference. Second is how to format in-text citations. And lastly, how to format a reference list. Why we're doing this. And so you won't commit an intentional plagiarism. Of course, you don't want that. And because we love you and we want you to graduate. Now, why reference? Simple. Because you're standing at the shoulder of the giants. And referencing is like saying that you did not do this all by yourself. Because in fact, you didn't. No, you reference because you give credit to the authors, you acknowledge the ideas of others, you avoid plagiarism. This as well is important to practice academic integrity or honesty. And of course, you don't want to get an email coming from your professor saying, come to my office ASAP. We don't want to get that email. Now, there are some softwares that may help you in referencing, such as Mendeley, EndNote, RefWorks, and Zotero. But based on my experience, these things may be helpful, but sometimes some conventions are problematic, and therefore you need, as the researcher, to scrutinize everything. A lot of students ask, do I need to reference everything? The answer is no, not everything. There are some concepts that you don't even need to reference, such as the general knowledge, scientific truth, and historical dates. For example, the Earth orbits the sun. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius at sea level. Rizal is the national hero. H2O is the chemical formula for water. All these things are common knowledge. All these things are universally accepted, and hence, no need to reference all of those. So what do you need to reference? Opinions, statements, claims, theories, statistics, graphs, tables. Cite them. They may be in books, journals, online content, to manuscripts, government publications, to magazines and newspapers. But here's the rule of the thumb. If you didn't think of it, you did not write it at all, you did not prove it or observe it, you should reference it. As you see, there are two big words that you must understand: the in-text citations and the reference list. In-text citations are what you commonly see in the content itself, and reference list at the end of the manuscript. Let's start off with the in-text citation. There are two: the summarizing / paraphrasing combined together, and quotations. What's the difference? Summarizing or paraphrasing doesn't need any quotation marks. Summarizing means if you heard of a big idea, you saw a big idea, and then you put that into your own words, and that's summarizing. Paraphrasing is more on the specific ones, about the same length. And as you see in the example, there's no quotation marks. On the other hand, quotation is exactly lifting the exact words coming from the source. And there you go, that's where you will put the quotation marks. Exact words. And then, as you see, you need to indicate the pages, or even the paragraph if there's no page at all, such as this one, Thompson 2022, page 14. You need to understand that citation is not always in one place. It can be in the end of the sentence or in the sentence itself. Now, let's go to the reference style. This is like the credits of your academic movie. They're in alphabetical order and hanging indent. Of course, you must not follow the old style. We're following the recent one, the 7th edition. Start off with one source by one author. This is how you do it. Author's name and the year of the publication. Such as this, Stack 2018 found that. Okay. Do not include all suffixes like junior or initials. That's a common concern of professors. It may be in the beginning or at the end of the sentence. Now, if it's one source by two authors, okay, if it's in the very beginning, you use the spelled out and, A-N-D, such as Wegener and Petty 2016 support. Okay. However, if you want to put that at the end, you should have it in the parentheses with the ampersand. Wegener, ampersand, Petty, comma, 2016. Now, this is an exercise. Name 3 reasons why this is not correct. All right. So here we go. Perry and Scott 2010 explain that. As you see, there should be no initials at all there, like J and D. Remove those things. And then this one should be, the commas should be parentheses. And then the ampersand should be and spelled out. Okay, like this one. Another exercise. Name 2 reasons why this example is not correct. It is not easy to explain why some students perform very well and others do not. Zub and Masinga, 18. Answer, this one is inside a parenthesis. Therefore, this should be ampersand. Okay. And this one that you see, okay, the abbreviated 18 should be spelled out, should be 2018, like that one there. Now, too many authors to cite? No problem at all, says this dinosaur. If it's a work by 3 or more authors, you use et al. That's a famous et al. Again, 3 or more authors. You don't need to spell out everything if it's just 3, such as this one. It is important that, and then inside the parenthesis, Kernis et al. Period, comma, 2019. However, if it's in text citation in the very beginning, you don't put a comma at all, like Kernis et al. Dot, and then space, then inside and outside the parenthesis 2019. Again, be detail oriented. Name 2 reasons why this is not correct. According to Cruz, Reyes, and Luna, 2022 online learning has both benefits and challenges. Cruz, Reyes, and Luna, it should be et al. Already. And in et al, there should be period. Like this one. Get the primary author, the very beginning, the first mentioned author, and et al. 2022. Now, more than one source cited at the end of a sentence. Arrange them alphabetically. Do not use year of publication to arrange lists. Yeah, this is A common misconception among students, they get to just randomly put everything there. This is just one argument, and then many people slash authors put that forward, such as this one, Bartlett 2016, Brown and Miller 2018, James 2018. And what separates all these three authors are semicolons. Two or more works by the same author in the same year use the lowercase letters with a year, and the in-text citation can with a year to order the entries in the reference list. So same author, same year published. We've got Brent 2015 A. Okay, that's, and then there should be a corresponding reference list, reference there, and with an A as well. Burn 2015 B. Okay. And how about if there are three, you put C and so on. How about if it's a group or corporate authors, use name of the body in the citation. World Bank 2010, UNESCO, Department of Education, and the rest. If it's a direct citation, remember that with quotation marks, you put the author, the year, and the page or pages. If it's only one page, just put P and then period. And if there are more than one page, there's more than one page, double P and period. Okay. There are two types of direct citations. Okay. If it's short, less than 40 words, long, more than 40 words. Remember that number 40. This is a short citation, you see, and then that's the page. That's the author, year, and the page, and that's the quotation marks. Okay, now we've got a long one, more than 40 words. That's the long direct quotation, and as you see, it's indented. It says 1/2 inch. The page still is mentioned. The signal phrase is above. It's not included in the quotation, such as here, Jones' 1998 study. Stay with me. We've got this one, exact quotations without page numbers. The pages are not numbered. Yes, you should use the paragraphs. You count the number of paragraphs, okay? And for example, if it's in the paragraph 1, you put here, Smith, comma, should be no comma there, Smith, inside parenthesis, 2003, comma, para, period, 1, and there you go. Let's move on to the reference list. If it's a book, this is how you do it. State the last name of the author, then the initials, then inside the parentheses, the year it was published, then the name of the book. It should be italicized. This is optional. If there's a second and third edition, you put that, but it's not italicized at all inside the parentheses. And then period, then put the publisher. Do not ever put the city or the place where it's published. This one, you're going to be using it several times for journal articles. So memorize how to undertake this one. Same thing, authors, okay, use ampersand. If there are two authors, then the initials, the year inside the parentheses, and there you put in sentence style the title of the article. Then for the title of the journal, it's not sentence style at all, and it should be italicized. Together with the volume, it should be italicized as well. Then inside the parentheses, that's the issue, the pages afterward. Then dot, you put the DOI. It should be in a hyperlink format, so it can easily be clicked and accessed. Next is this online journal with e-article number. Same with the prior one. The only difference is that it doesn't have any page at all. Sometimes it doesn't have any issue. So don't mind that anymore. You just put the article number, article 245. Sometimes it's electronic number E4578, then period. Click put the clickable DOI link. Mind you, that one should be working on be if the work rather can be accessed. Next is source online website / news article. You might be using this one as well. So this is how you do it. The last name, then initial. This one should be complete. Year first, 2024, comma, then the month, it's May here, and then the date, 10. Inside the parentheses, period, then in sentence style, put the title of the article, period, and then the name of the website. In this case, that's Philippine Daily Inquirer, period, and then you put a clickable link. Next, for dissertation or thesis, we've got here the author, then the year, and then sentence style, italicized, title of dissertation. Then in brackets, you put doctoral dissertation, if not master thesis, comma, then put the name of the institution here, Arizona, or University of Arizona. The period, and what's the database, UA campus repository, or the library where it can be accessed, then period, and then the clickable link. Might be exhaustive, but this is the last. You may be fond of watching videos. It can be TED Talk or YouTube. It should be legitimate, should be coming from sources that are official. This is how you reference them. The last name, and then the first initial, then the year. It could be year only, or it could be completely year, the month, and then the day. Then italicized sentence style, title of the talk, and then in brackets you put video, period, and then TED conferences, or maybe YouTube, and then put the clickable link. All right, that's it. Here are some of the things that students are doing wrongly. One, they include ResearchGate URL. Remember, ResearchGate is a repository / social networking site for researchers and scientists. Therefore, it is not appropriate to put that there. Use DOI instead. Next, what's wrong here is the publisher has been cited, even though it's a journal. You must cite the DOI and the journal title, no? Not the publication itself. Next is this one is incorrect still. It follows the old APA 7 style, the APA 6. Okay, this should be a clickable DOI link. Next is this. The abbreviated journal name use is incorrect. APA 7 doesn't do that. Full journal article full journal title, please. Should be spelled out. And then the DOI should be there. This should be italicized as well. Volume number. All right, that's the end of the session. Let me just add this one. APA 7 is worth it. It's not about perfection, but it is about responsibility. Not about formality, but you being part of the academic conversation. Well, you want to get high scores, you want to get A, do it correctly. And please remember, APA is not the enemy, plagiarism is. Now go forth, cite well, and may the format be forever in your favor.